guys, what's up? This is Mondays with Mae Bae. I am Jeannie Mae, and I wanted to talk a little bit about real life this week, if that's okay with you guys. I know normally I kind of dive into my whole spiritual talk and I talk about like my experiences. Well, this week is way more personal than that for me personally because, well, as many people are, we never want to talk about our weaknesses. We never want to talk about our failures. We never want to talk about anything that's not a strength or a strong suit or anything that doesn't make us look good. But the reality is there's so much that doesn't make us look good that we'll just kind of like skate right over because we don't want people to actually know that we have flaws. At least I know I don't. I have all of these awards that I've ever won, and I want to show off my best version of my best self. I never want to show off the bad sides or the weak areas of myself, and I'm coming to realize that I need to. So this week we're going to talk about real life, and we're going to talk about the stepping stones to achieving our goals and what all it actually means and all that stuff. Okay, so buckle up, buttercup, because we're going to get started. So I know a lot of us, we set goals for ourselves. Whether it's a financial goal, an educational goal, a marriage goal, or a house goal, a car goal, goal, right? A lot of us are goal-oriented people, and that's great. But I'm here to tell you that the real purpose of that goal is not actually to achieve the goal, right? Because once you achieve that goal, you're like, okay, cool, what's the next goal? And then we just keep setting goals, and we keep achieving goal after goal after goal. While that's great, I want to applaud you for doing that. That's fantastic. But the real purpose isn't achieving the goal. The real purpose is developing yourself into the kind of person that can achieve that goal. It's about the journey, right? We've heard so many people say like, the destination isn't the beauty, it's the journey getting to the destination. It's all the hard work, it's all the discipline, it's all the struggle that takes you to that journey, that destination. And so what I mean by that is, when you set a goal, when you set a career goal, a financial goal, any kind of goal, right? You're like, okay, I'm gonna get a Bugatti. Most people are like, yeah, okay. Do you know how expensive those are? And you're like, yeah, well, I'm gonna make a lot of money. I'm gonna get a Bugatti. Watch me. Next year, I'll be driving a Bugatti. And everyone's like, yeah, okay. Well, that was kind of what happened with me, right? I told everyone my entire life I was gonna be a successful model one day. And everyone laughed at me. Everyone literally laughed at me and said, yeah, okay, Jeannie, whatever you say, you might be tall, but you ain't got it. Look at me now. I'm 28 years old. I've been internationally published in over 100 different magazines. I've walked on 50 different runways. I've had the privilege of working with so many talented models, actors, actresses, scouts, agencies. And here I am today to laugh at all those people that told me that I would never do it. But also, I want to share my weakest moments, and I want to share the discipline that it took me to get where I am today. That's part of being a coach. I want to give back to you guys, but also, I care. And more than that, someone that I love very much, actually, told me recently that I get so influenced by everyone else in the world, because I do. I'm such a caring person, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are so awesome. Look at what they're doing in their lives. Look at this person, look at that person. And I always applaud everyone else. Always. But I never applaud myself. And so today, I'm here to applaud myself, and I'm also here to say, hey, I did this. I went through all of this struggle. You can too. You can do it too. Okay? I want to be there for other people. But most importantly, I need to be there for myself. And part of being there for myself is being real and being honest and telling you guys like the struggles and the discipline that I instilled in myself to get where I am today. I didn't just wake up one morning successful. I didn't just wake up one morning and have my own office. I didn't just wake up one day and I was like, oh hey, I'm Jeannie Mae, what's up? No, I took a lot of discipline and a lot of hard work to get where I am today, okay? First and foremost, I went to modeling school. I went and learned how to pose. I went and learned how to walk on a runway. I went and learned all the different lighting techniques. I went and applied myself to all of these different classes. Yes, the agency that scouted me initially signed me up, but I showed up. I took information away from that I knew would be detrimental to my career, that I knew was either going to set me apart from everyone else showing up to those casting calls, or I was going to blend right in. 90% of the time when you go to a job interview, you focus on your strengths. You focus on what sets you apart from the other Joe Blows that are applying for the same job, right? You're not just going there and they're like, oh yeah, I just graduated college. I have no real life experience. This just sounds cool. No, you're not going to say that because you're not going to get the job, right? You're going to go in there and be like, yeah, so I've written X, Y, and Z amount of papers. They've been published in this article. I have organization skills. I have discipline. I'm good in time management. I can do this, and that. Like, you're going to talk about all your strengths, right? You're not just going to sit there and be like, yeah, I've never actually done any of this before, but you should hire me. I'm a great person. No, okay? Same with modeling. Yeah, a lot of it's based off your looks, but a lot more of it is based off your skills, and a lot of people don't realize that. So for me, I applied myself. I went to those classes. I applied myself. I found out I had cancer along the way, and I didn't let that stop me, because my dream, you can ask anyone that's known me my entire life, my dream has always been to be a model, because I'm always tall, and you always hear when you're tall, oh my gosh, you could be a model, oh my gosh, you could be a model, and I was like, yeah, I could be a model. Why am I not? One day it just clicked, and I was like, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. I may not be the prettiest thing in the world, but I could do that. Now look at me, I'm doing it, and I'm still my goofy old self. Like, if I could do it, anyone could do it, really. So anyways, I applied myself to all these classes, right? And I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And I did it. I applied myself to classes. I showed up. I got sick. I went through my treatment, and I was still booking calls while I was going through treatment. Literally. Like, I did a photo shoot for a cancer awareness company. I did all kinds of different stuff. Like, I made my weakest time one of my strongest moments. And I know that sounds crazy to think, but like, I had something not a lot of people could offer. I was going through such a hard time in my life, but I had so much support from all of these companies saying, hey, this is what we do. We want to support people that are going through this hardship. We want you to know you're not alone. And they made me feel like I wasn't alone. I didn't have family. I didn't have anyone that gave a crap about me. I had a couple friends. That was it. So what did I do? I turned to these companies that I didn't know, and they made me feel part of the family. So I did work for them. I did photo shoots. I spoke at different seminars, X, Y, and Z. And then I was also able to share my light with the world while doing that. I was able to say how God healed me. I was able to say how God touched me. I was able to say how miraculous God's been in my life and all the blessings He's bestowed upon me. I was able to say my vision. I was able to live in the future in that moment. I was able to say, I'm gonna get better. And when I do, you best believe I'm going to be one of the top fashion models in the United States. You best believe I'm going to be on the cover of all these magazines. You best believe I'm going to come back as a model coach and I'm going to kick butt. And guess what? I'm doing it. The key to any goal, the key to achieving any goal, is to live in the future. Right now, where you're at right now, wherever you are in life, whether you're broke, whether you're homeless, whether you just got dumped, whatever it may be, take a moment and visualize what you want your future to look like, okay? Visualize this beautiful home, this money, this incredibly handsome, beautiful partner that you want to be with, this family that you want, whatever it may be. Just envision your future for a moment, okay? And then say, what do I need to achieve this? That's the most powerful part. What are you building towards in your life? If this is your future, if this is your goal, what steps are you taking to get there? You're here. You want to get there. How do you get there? Okay? And so me, being 15, 16 years old, I was able to say, this is my goal. This is what I want. Right now I'm kind of at the bottom of the barrel, like fighting for my life down here, literally. I need to get better. I need to apply myself. I need to graduate college. I need to set myself up financially. I need to apply to all of these different agencies so I can get accepted, so I can be a fashion model. And then I did that. I did all the stepping stones I needed. And then I got signed on with an agency. I traveled all over the world, walking many different fashion runways. I got to work with all these different designers hand in hand. I got to do all of this incredible, fantastic stuff. And then on top of that, I met so many fantastic people along the way. I got to share my light with the world. I got to be myself. I got to wear all these exotic clothing. I got to take all these beautiful pictures that are now in magazines all over the country. I got to represent so many different fantastic brands, and anyone that knows me knows I will not just represent any brand. If I don't believe in the brand, I won't represent it, which is part of the reason why all of these companies want to work with me, because I give my honest feedback, and I honestly won't represent you if you come to me with a crap product. But that's part of who I am, my value statement, my morals, that's who I am. But I know who I am, and that's what sets me apart from the rest of the world. I know what I want my future to look like, and I have a plan of action to get there. One of the most detrimental things that you could do is talk badly about yourself, and I've been realizing that a lot more lately than anything, but you really have to be careful what you say to yourself, because you are always listening. If you're sitting there like, oh, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that, your head is going to start saying, yeah, we can't do that, yeah, we can't do that. If you start saying, man, I'm so ugly, man, I'm so ugly, man, I'm so ugly, you're always going to have that in your head. If you start saying, gosh, I'm so fat, oh, I'm so fat, man, I'm so fat, you're always going to believe that. But if you start saying, oh, I could do that, oh, I could do that, oh, I could do that, that moment you kind of start doubting yourself, your head's going to be like, oh, we could do that. And you're going to be like, yeah, I could do that. And then you do it. When you say, oh yeah, are you kidding me? I am so beautiful, I am so handsome, anyone would be so lucky to have me. You start believing that. And I'm not saying that in like an arrogant sense. I'm saying that like you need to be proud of who you are. You need to be proud of the unique characteristics that you offer. You need to be proud of what sets you apart from everyone else in the world. God only made one of you for a reason. Okay? So I know I'm kind of bouncing back and forth here, but it all goes together, I promise. Okay? You need to change the questions you're asking yourself. Instead of saying, what do I want today? What do I want to do today? Man, I don't really know what I want to do with my life. What am I going to do with my life? What do I do after college? Say, first of all, what do I want my future to look like? How do I achieve that? Who do I need to be around to achieve that kind of a future? Because we all know that who you hang out with, you start to kind of become, right? Like, there's always that quote that says, like, those closest 5 people to you, you always adapt a part of them and you become those people that you're always with. So that's why I say, like, who do I need to hang out with to become who I want to be, right? Me, I wanted to be a successful model. You didn't see me hanging out with drug dealers. You didn't see me hanging out with people that were going clubbing. You didn't see me hanging out with financial majors. No, you saw me hanging out with fashion people. You saw me hanging out with other successful models. You saw me hanging out with talent scouts, agents. You saw me hang out with people that were doing what I wanted to do. And still today, I want to be a successful entrepreneur. I want to aspire to create a place on this earth that people can learn, they can grow, and most importantly, they can dream, because without dreams, what do we have? If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Dreams become miracles when you believe. That is something my papa used to tell me all the time as a little girl. And to this day, I still believe it. It's literally a tattoo I have on my leg because my papa. And dreams become miracles when you believe. I absolutely believe in miracles. You might tell me I'm living with my head in the clouds, or I need to grow up, or I need to get real with it, but no, I don't. I should not be here today. I should not have a kid today, let alone have a man that loves me and encourages me every single day of the year, that just believes in me so wholeheartedly. Enough to tell me, Jeannie, you're letting so many people inspire and influence you. Why don't you start inspiring people? You are such a beautiful person inside and out. It's time for you to start writing your own story and inspire other people. And he was right. And here we are. So I want to encourage you to change those questions that you are asking yourself. Live in the future, in the present. And by that, I mean, like, dream. Dream about your future. Dream about what you want, what your perfect life would be, what your ideal job would be, what your ideal partner would be, your home, whatever it may be. Dream about your future. think about it and live in the present in your future, okay? Think about your future and say, okay, this is where I'm at presently. How do I get to my future? Make a plan of action and follow that plan of action. You need to have weekly influence to get to that plan of action, to get to that goal. Whether it's calling someone that's in that area of expertise and having just a weekly like kind of coach, weekly kind of mentor, weekly conversation, whatever it may be. You need to be around those people that are going to inspire you, that are going to help you, that are going to keep you motivated. In any job, in any field, when we struggle, we go to our supervisor, our manager, because they inspire us, or they're supposed to inspire us. They're supposed to give you the answers. They're supposed to give you the tools that you need to keep moving forward, right? So if your success was on your shoulders, why wouldn't you do the same thing? It makes sense, right? Next, focus on what you control in the moment. Don't focus on everything else that's happening around you. Don't focus on the world. Don't focus on whatever those problems are out there. Focus on what's right in front of you, what you can control. You can't control the weather. Why would you be pissed off about the weather? You can't control traffic. Don't be pissed off about traffic. You can't control X, Y, and Z happening for whatever reason. All you can control is what you do, your behavior towards those things, okay? I love summer, but I also love winter. I love the rain, but I also love the wind. Like, I'm not a big fan of being cold, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh my god, this is stupid, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just going to change my attitude and I'm going to go get stuff so I'm not so cold. Right? Like, you can't control things. All you can control is how you react to them. So stop worrying about everything else that you can't control and only focus on what you can control, which is you, your behavior, your actions. You. That's it. That's all you can control is yourself. I'm a mom, and I try to control my little child as much as possible. I can't control him. He's his own person. He does whatever he wants. If he wants to eat a crayon, he's gonna eat a crayon. I can tell him not to. I can say, hey honey, we probably shouldn't do that. It's not a good idea. If he really wants to, he's gonna do it. I could spank him, make him fearful to do it again. But if he wants to, he's gonna do it. Like any parent knows, you can't control them. They're like little gremlins. They do whatever they want, okay? Same with life. You can't control other people. You can't control the outcome. All you can control is yourself. Be careful what you say to yourself, because you are always listening. That is the biggest thing. If you take anything away, that, okay? Positive self-talk is real. I used to be one of those people that was like, oh yeah, self-love, oh self-love, oh self-love. But then ask even my boyfriend, I'm like, oh man, I look fat today. Ugh, I don't look good today. Ugh, I don't feel good. Man, I suck. Why couldn't I do that? I'm always saying stuff like that. And he's like, dude, no, you're a fantastic person. Stop it. Stop it right now. And I was like, whoa. I didn't like mean it. And he's like, then why even say it? I'm like, well, okay, I meant it. Right? Like, we always try to defend ourselves when someone else calls us on our bluff. But the reality is, like, we were being mean to ourselves. I'm all about self-love. I'm all about taking baths. I'm all about putting my face stuff on. I'm all about taking care of myself and making myself feel good. But why don't I talk good about myself too? Okay? So seriously, say good things, because you are always listening. And think about your goal. Think about your goal, your end goal. But most importantly, think about the daily habits you need to change to make it to that goal. Okay? So when I say like the real purpose is developing yourself into that kind of person, if you want to become a millionaire, you're probably not going to sleep in until 1 p.m. every day. Go out clubbing every night. Do all kinds of different drugs and drink alcohol and just kind of chill, right? Like, you're not going to go work a dead-end job and just collect a paycheck. No, that's not what you're going to, that shouldn't be what you're going to do, okay? Me, I wanted to be successful. So what did I do? I changed my whole morning routine. I started waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, having a cup of coffee by myself, reading my Bible, doing my devotional, reading a book, journaling, doing a little bit of exercise, even if it's just walking around the ranch, looking at the horses, getting some fresh air, whatever it may be. I get up early. I make my bed, have a cup of coffee, I read my journal, I read my devotional, I journal, I walk around the ranch, I say hi to the horses, I get out and I do something for the first hour completely alone, all by myself. A lot of people do exercise, a lot of people meditate, a lot of people do all these different kinds of things, but for me, devotional, journaling, and a walk is what sets me up for success. Then while I'm getting ready, I listen to my motivational podcast, okay? Not mine, but someone's. I listen to a motivational podcast. That would be weird to listen to my own. I probably should though. Anyways, I listen to a motivational podcast while I'm getting ready. And then my kiddo wakes up. And then I start his morning off beautifully. See, so I'm not like rushed. I'm not like, ma. But anyways, that's how my morning goes. And then I'm ready. I go to work and I'm ready to make a difference. I'm ready to inspire. I'm ready to change the world. I'm ready to handle whatever life comes at me that day. Okay? A lot of people just simply wake up, get ready, and leave. A lot of people wake up when they're supposed to be leaving, or wake up after they're supposed to be at work already, and they're just rushed and they're like, bang, 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 I gotta do all this stuff, I gotta go, right? But that's not gonna set you up for success. That is not a morning that you wanna have. I've been late and it's not fun, okay? So I encourage you, if you wanna be successful in life, start waking up earlier. I know you've probably heard that a lot, but seriously, start waking up earlier. And then when you do that, find a good book to read. Listen to a podcast. Meditate. Exercise. Journal. Get in touch with your inner self, your inner emotions, your wants, your desires, your soul. Figure out who you are. Get connected with you again, your raw, authentic self. Get connected with you again. And then take it to that next step. Learn your weaknesses. And I say that honestly because I didn't realize mine for a long time, and then I realized that's probably why I'm not doing good in life, is because of my weaknesses. I've never been a huge finance person, a big accounting person, or anything like that. I've always been good at time management. I've always been good at organization. I've always been good at like self-discipline, like making a check-off list, go, 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 right? But over time, I've realized I'm a very strong leader, but I'm not a very good listener. I'm very good when it comes to myself and my goals, but I'm not very good when it comes to other people. I know what I want, I know how to achieve what I want, but I don't know how to communicate with other people. And so I've been realizing my weaknesses, and I've been focusing on them. I've been spending more time to myself. I've been reading more books. I've been spending less money. I've been just doing things that truly, honestly, I need to do to refocus and regroup myself. And I have never felt closer to myself and closer to God in the mix. So if you want to become a goal achiever, a successful person, you need to figure out how to develop yourself into that kind of person. If you want to become a health major or a nurse or whatever it may be, you're probably going to lean more towards that kind of stuff. If you want to be a successful millionaire that has all these houses and cars, you're probably going to learn about investing or, money, how to move money, how to get money, how to save money, and blah, 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 blah. If you want to be in real estate, you're probably going to spend majority of your time learning about that, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but you also need to realize that those people in your circle, if they're not pushing you to be better, you don't need them. If your friends aren't leveling up with you, if your friends aren't learning, growing something, you probably don't need them. And I know it's hard because I have friends in my life that have been friends in my life for years, but they're not growing. They're not scaling. If anything, they're an anchor. And I don't need an anchor. I need an engine. I need a driving force in my life that's like, Jeannie, pull your head out of your butt. We got to do this. Rather than someone's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to complain about this. Ugh. Yeah, we should go get a drink. And then that's all they want to do. Right? We all have friends like that. That's not what you need. Okay? So change the questions you're asking yourself. Live in the future and the present and figure out how to make your future your reality. What are you building towards in your life? Figure out your building blocks. Figure out the foundation that you need. Figure out how to develop into that person that you want to become. And find a weekly influence, whether it's a devotional, a person, a mentor, a coach, whatever it may be. If you need to hire someone, if you need to reach out and talk to random people that you've never talked to that are in that field, then do it. Call them. It's really that easy half the time. If you just call majority of the time people are willing to talk or listen or help, okay? So just call someone. And be really careful what you say to yourself, because you are always listening. But that's all I have for you. I know it kind of just like spiraled and then everything kind of started flying out of its can. But it's all good stuff, I promise. And it's there for a reason, because I learned this last week that I get really discouraged when I don't achieve one of my goals. And the most incredible thing I learned through that was it's not about the goal that I didn't achieve. It was about the steps I took along the way. It was about who I started to develop into to achieve that goal. And it was about the possibility of committing. It was knowing that I could commit to something was bigger for me than anything, because my entire life I've always I work really hard. I've always worked really hard, but I've never 100% committed myself. I've always had another option. Whereas this last week I was like, this is my option. I'm doing this. And then I kind of like got discouraged because I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing good at this. And then I was like, no, I need to do this. So I learned that I can commit to a goal. And I learned that I do have the fundamentals down, and I am developed into a goal-oriented person, and I do have what it takes to achieve a goal. I just need to get focused on that goal. And I think that's where a lot of us fumble, is because we have a goal in mind. We know what we want. We just get so distracted so easily that we lose focus of our goal. So, if anything, figure out what you want to focus on. Figure out your goal and stay focused. Write it down somewhere so you see it literally every day. That helps me. I have it literally written down in my office, at my house, on my phone, literally everywhere, okay? So that's all I got for you today. Sorry it was kind of like a rabbit hole / mentor / Jeannie Mae ramble, but sometimes those are the best ones. So hopefully you took something away from it today. I'm gonna go eat myself a little snack, and I will talk to you guys next week. So I'm gonna leave you the way I leave you most weeks. Make it your goal to change someone's life. Make it your goal to make someone's day better, and go out there and be the impact that we need in the world. I love you guys. I hope you have a great week.